Every time you think why it would work, you've come up with a reason as to why that does not.
Well, no, that's not a reason why the Purge wouldn't work. It's a reason why being an outlaw during the Purge wouldn't work, because someone would just kill you and then they would go about their anarchy. Like, eventually.
That's true.
You're not going to be like, guys, even though the law doesn't count right now, this is against the law. You know, like, everyone's going to be like, shut up, guy.
I wonder who that guy is in the group. Like, the guy who's like, whoa, too far. Oh my god.
Whoa. Within reason, guys.
Oh, even me.
We work with these people. Come on.
You make me want to call my mother. Oh my god.
I think I will, just because I'm so disgusted by you bunch.
Yeah, where's that cell phone that I got from that guy I killed?
Yeah. I hope he still got minutes.
Yeah, does he have my mom's contact? This fucker has my mom's contact information.
Now I'm glad I killed him.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Ryan Wright.
And I'm Jerry.
Welcome to Reasons to See.
We give you reason to see.
And not to see.
The Lone Ranger.
So why don't you and I hang out? Kimosabi. Reason to see number 1. Johnny Depp. Kimosabi. I would like miso soup, please. That's Japanese.
Yeah.
That is not Indian at all. He's funny in it, but honestly, at times, it was just like watching Indian Jack Sparrow.
In a way, just because he is sort of like a central character who's also kind of a side character. I don't know, I mean, I liked the subtle differences of his, you know, Native American thing.
Johnny Depp used to do like serious fucking movies. What happened? He kind of just became guy who's always like, oh.
Yeah, well, I guess the similarity to Jack Sparrow would be in the sort of buggy-eyed thing where he's always like observing.
He does that in a lot of his characters now. Yeah, I always enjoy it for some reason.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Even in Dark Shadows, I was like, this is still pretty funny. He's definitely how Johnny Depp would play an Indian. I thought that him as the Indian guy was a little bit weird. I was so aware it was Johnny Depp. It felt like the first performance where I'm watching Johnny Depp play what Johnny Depp does. It felt a little shticky to me, but it's like really good shtick. There was a time like back then, before like, I think before Pirates of the Caribbean, where he would just transform into roles. Even in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you stop thinking about Johnny Depp sometimes. But even at that point, you sort of were.
This also is a script that does take time to stop and have him say something, you know, silly. Tonto's not exactly the kind of character who it is just part of their being to make jokes, I don't feel. But who knows? I mean, I'm not a Lone Ranger expert, you know, so maybe that's how the show was.
Yeah, it sort of felt a little bit like television comedy humor to me, with the way how he reacts to stuff, because he's kind of a quirky Indian guy, you know? Which makes him kind of cool.
Yeah.
Which makes him fucking awesome, which makes me realize how much I love the character right now, this very moment.
Reason to see number 2. Armie Hammer.
I didn't remember who Armie Hammer was until like I saw his face and I was like, oh, he's the twins from The Social Network.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah, he's cool in the movie. I wasn't.
And he has a cool name.
Yeah, well, what's his name?
His name's Armie Hammer.
Oh, his name.
Yeah, his name is.
I meant the character name.
No, his name's like John something.
Armie Hammer sounds a little goofy to me. Arm with a hammer.
Well, most people think of Arm and Hammer, but for some reason I don't. I just think of some kind of cool superhero.
Really? It sounds like a cheesy superhero name. Armie Hammer. I don't get it. It sounds cheesy.
It sounds cool to me. Shut up.
I think of a dork.
I think of something cool but old-timey.
This guy.
Yeah, this
motherfucker over here. Hey, you crazy son of a bitch.
I'm just waiting for you to go full De Niro.
What's the matter with you, huh?
It's like halfway.
Oh, I'm kind of channeling my George Sr. from Arrested Development right now. Yeah, I was going a little bit mixed with my De Niro and Jeffrey Tambor.
So it's like if Jeffrey Tambor and Robert De Niro had a love child.
Yeah, can you imagine? Oh my god, high concept plot. You did it, Jerry. We have read Save the Cat and we are applying it.
That actually sounds like a gripping LGBT drama.
Yeah, that sounds like a good movie I would watch when I go to
be...
gay movies on Netflix. Like half of it will be like Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. And then the other half will be like Kramer versus Kramer. And the finale will be like the movie Splice.
So Armie Hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was really cool in this movie. I especially love the scenes with him and Johnny Depp. Pay attention to those. Best moments in the movie.
Yeah, no, the way they play off each other and their dynamics are really fun to watch, and that's where the movie shines the most.
Yeah, that's when it's at its funniest. That's when it just seems at its best. Like their acting together is brilliant. I wish they capitalized more on it. There was something missing, and I felt like we could have had a more emotional connection to the movie if we focused more on that relationship with them stronger, you know?
I mean, the only thing I would say about the Lone Ranger as a character is you could have maybe used a bit longer of a stretch where he is, like, fully realized, like, you know, he is the Lone Ranger now and he's gonna do his thing.
Armie Hammer was perfectly cast because he has, like, that old school American spirit about him, you know? He kind of reminded me of, like, a Superman in a way. He's got a good voice.
He does have a good voice.
Yeah, if that voice had a penis. It does. Not the fit.
I suppose he has like a uvula.
Okay. We're cutting that part. Reason to see number 3. The laughs! I laughed surprisingly a lot in this film.
Yeah.
Not a lot, like I wasn't laughing throughout.
Yeah, it's not a comedy.
But it's certainly funnier than I expected it to be. Because the humor comes from within the characters. So there's a sense of humor about the film, but you're right, it's not a comedy.
Every now and again they'll say something that feels like a goofy script moment, but for the most part, yeah, the comedy does sort of come off the characters and how they play off each other.
Yeah.
Because they are an unlikely pair, especially, the Lone Ranger and Tonto.
And at least, you hear about blockbusters and how they suck all the time. And it's cool to see a movie that, technically it's like striving to be a blockbuster. There's characterization in here. There's enough characterization, It's about these two guys who really have to overcome a lot within themselves.
Yeah.
There's resolution that they desire so much. And you get to know the villains a little bit too. Like, there's at least emotion at play here, which adds to the laughter too,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And like I said, it's not a comedy. Because the movie sort of has this weird tone where it jumps back and forth between, like, gritty Western violence and then, like, goofy comedy.
Yeah. No, this shit will get crazy sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
there's cannibalism in this movie.
You don't
implied. You see, like, the shadow of it.
Yeah, well, you don't actually. It's not like a zombie movie though.
But no one expected them to do that.
I did not, and that was darker than I was expecting them to go.
I was like, this is a PG-13.
Yeah, PG-13 has been stretching out lately. Reason to see number 4. Fun Western action.
Dude, the action's a total blast. My favorite moments were when the action scenes were going on. It's like watching an old school Western, but like heightened.
Yeah.
They got some crazy shots in there too. Like, there's that one crazy shot where the guy gets thrown through 2 windows and it's just following him from the fall through it. That was awesome, dude. There's one thing Gore Verbinski can do, it's action scenes.
I mean, it does feel just like a really big, shiny Western. It still feels like a Western.
While we're on this topic, I gotta acknowledge, I don't think a lot of people get what this movie is supposed to be like. Because Rotten Tomatoes, this has a 23% or something like that, or 29. I don't know.
It's much better than 23%.
Yeah, like I think it is too. That's my point. Is like I read a lot of the capsules at least, and I was going, what is this person talking about? They're like, this movie doesn't know what it wants to be. And I'm like, I think the movie knew exactly what it wanted to be. I think it wanted to have some of that, quirkiness to it, but also, not take itself as just a comedy and a joke the whole time. And then at the same time, too, people are saying it's bombarded with action. No, it's not!
Yeah, hearing that, I went in expecting it to be like, oh, it's just gonna be shootout after shootout and big CGI train crash after big CGI train crash.
That's why I wanted to watch it.
And explosions, and it's really not that thing.
Reason to see number 5. The production design. It looked really good.
It looks great. It seems like they really went out to these big, sprawling landscapes.
Yeah, the costumes are really cool too.
Costumes are good. The designs of everything,
the set designs were really cool. Yeah, everything. The production locations were awesome. Like there were some sweeping shots where you're like, wow, that is real. There is nothing built there. Dude, they have really good makeup too. I did not recognize old Johnny Depp. I'm not rooting anything for you. He's in it, like, narrating the movie.
Reason to see number 6. The supporting cast.
Oh, we'll talk about the standouts. Like, Barry Pepper stands out.
Yeah, Barry Pepper.
Who else was there that was pretty damn good?
I mean, we talked about him a second ago. William Fichtner, who's always great.
Yeah, William Fichtner. He was probably the most. Yeah, that was the one that really stood out to me.
Yeah,
he morphed into that role, huh?
Yeah.
You forget that you're watching this guy who you've seen play a normal person so many times.
Yeah.
That he really does morph into the role.
Yeah, no, he showed up and I was like, oh wait. Like after a few minutes, I was like, that's William Fichtner. Oh god, like he's
a damn good actor.
Nasty. nasty in this movie.
There's some good acting in this fucking movie, man. Barry Pepper, barely in the movie.
He's not in it a ton, but he's
But
always
the
good.
few scenes he has, that's some good acting. That's
I love Barry Pepper.
Split decisions, where Ryan and Jerry don't agree. Oh no. It's kind of boring. No, I don't agree with that. No. Yeah, I was watching this movie and I don't know how else to explain it to you. Just some scenes are kind of like there's a lack of emotional connection I felt that this movie could have had better with its audience. I felt it could have connected stronger with its audience. Like, it does a fine job for me to say it's entertaining and go ahead, check it out. At times, you know, like, there's a good, I'd say for me, like 20 to 30% where I was really just bored. I just wasn't interested in stuff.
See, I didn't feel that way for most of the movie. I was a little bored towards the beginning. It took me a while to get into the movie, but
definitely.
Once I settled into the movie, though, I was pretty much there the whole time. And once I got used to, you know, at the beginning I was like, oh, this might be a long 2.5 hours. And then when I finally got into it, it didn't feel like a long 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So maybe at the beginning, but the rest of the time I was, you know, pulled in, I was with it. You know, I was having a good time, so.
Well, I guess we disagree.
That's exactly why we have this category.
Split decisions.
Where Ryan and Jerry don't agree.
Yeah.
And now you understand.
I mean, we can fight about it to make it more entertaining for you, but I guess we just understand one each other on this.
This is what happens when two good friends don't agree, but they both understand why.
Yeah. Does it always have to fight? Ryan's consensus. There are enough entertaining reasons to see The Lone Ranger. There are enough entertaining reasons to see The Lone Ranger.
Oh yeah, I'd recommend watching the movie. I remember when I first read the screenplay for The Lone Ranger, halfway through the script, I realized I'm reading a script.
Jerry's consensus. There are more reasons to see The Lone Ranger than I thought there would be. There are more reasons to see The Lone Ranger than Jerry thought there would be. I went to this movie hearing everybody basically hating it, and I had a good time. You know, it's you know, a big expensive summer blockbuster, but it's a fun western. You know, action, some humor. I had a good time. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, some cannibalism.
There is a little cannibalism that I wasn't expecting.
Smacking a kid around, smacking a woman around.
Maybe don't take your kid. You know, don't bring a baby like the people in our audience did.
All right, guys, thanks for checking out our show. Why don't you go ahead, scroll that comment box below, and tell us, did you see The Lone Ranger, and what did you think of the goddamn thing?
And once you're done with that, once you get that out of the way, if you want to check out more episodes of Reasons to See, click this link right here.
And once you're done with that, and you want to get all that done and completed and out of the way, go ahead and click on this link right here to like us on Facebook, and click on this link right here to tweet us.
Yeah.
And we'll follow you back. Fuck it.
Yeah, and then once all that's out of the way, once you've commented below, checked out more Reasons to See, subscribe to our Facebook and our Twitter page. If you want to get updated, every time a new review or a video is out, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to everything else before you subscribe to us. Just to make sure you want to subscribe to this channel.
This feels like one of those kids shows where they give you a checklist. It's like, we have to go get to the castle. How do we get there? Let's look at the map.
I don't know why this came to my mind, but there's someone who posted on a video of ours that they would ride Jerry's cock.
What?
And
that's a real comment?
Yeah, and I think we need more comments like that. And to that person, why won't you ride my cock? I don't get it.
Was it a dude or a chick?
I don't know.
Because I mean,
I don't want to insult the person, but
well, no. I mean, if it was a girl, maybe she's just seen your show a lot and assumed that you were not of that persuasion.
What do you mean? I don't come off like I'm into chicks?
I'm just saying you talk a lot about sucking people's dicks. That's...
Well, there's just a few people's dicks that I would suck. Simple as that.
It's a lot of people.
You know how couples sometimes have like the list of people, you know, like you're allowed to sleep with? I have a list of dicks I'm allowed to suck.
Ryan Gosling, Henry Cavill, the Mandarin from Iron Man 3, like, who else? It's happened like in several reviews. Channing Tatum, that's at least 4.
Yeah.
Like, Will Smith.
Did I add Will Smith?
I don't know if you had Will Smith, actually. You might not have.
Oh, okay. I will never say I will suck Mel Gibson's dick.
Yeah, no, because he would probably, like, get mad and then call you up and yell at you.